Hello and welcome to Yoga Ticket. My name is Lisette. Today is day 3 on our Yoga for Beginners program. We're going to start on a seated position. Once again, make sure you feel comfortable to begin with. You can sit on a block if you want to get your hips a little bit higher. Otherwise, once you feel your spot and your space, go ahead and close your eyes. Finding a few breaths just to focus on the practice you have ahead of you. On the next 20 minutes, see if you can connect to your Ujjayi breath. And this might be your third yoga class in your life. Maybe not. But just be proud of the journey you're just dealing with right now. Move breath by breath, step by step. Whenever you can, just smile and feel happy for the opportunity you have today. Taking 3 more breaths there. And slowly blink your eyes open. We're going to start on all fours. Make sure you have your blocks close to you because today we're going to need them specifically for something. And then come back, all fours. So bring your hands underneath your shoulders and your knees underneath your hips. We're going to move a little bit more into a core position from our all fours, okay? And I want you to think back about Tadasana. Okay, so finding that posture again, finding that length of the body from the top of the head all the way back to the feet. Okay, so from all fours, your hands underneath your shoulders. Push the floor away from you. So think about plank pose. Extend and rotate the arms. Let the space in between the shoulder blades let the shoulder blades move away from each other, finding space in between them. And then from here, you're going to stretch your right leg back towards the back of the mat. Tuck your right toes on the floor, like if you were in half plank, okay? So press the right heel back, push the floor away from you, find length from the top of the head all the way back to the right heel. You can stay here, or you can lift the right foot off the floor a little bit. Not too much that you go into a back bend on the lower back, just as long as you still keep that length through the spine, that Tadasana position, okay? Push the floor away from you again. Breathe. You can stay right here, or your left arm goes forward towards the top of the mat. And once again, shake everything again. So push the floor away from you with the right arm. Push that right heel back towards the wall behind you. Steep the lower belly in. Find your breath as you reach forward and as you reach back towards the right heel. Again, stretch forward. Stretch back. One more breath here as you lengthen through both ends. And coming back onto all fours. Good. Cat-cow. Inhale, send the tailbone back and up towards the ceiling as you open the chest. Exhale, push the floor away from you, round the back. Good. Inhale, send the tailbone back. Open the chest as you look forward. Exhale and round in. Tuck the tailbone in. Push as much as you can, round in. Inhale. Open the chest. Exhale and push. Good. Inhale, coming back into tabletop. Once again, push the floor away from you. Move the shoulder blades away from each other. The arms are straight. And then lengthen the left leg back. Tuck your left toes on the floor, again, half plank. Push that left heel back to the wall behind you. Find everything again, push the floor away from you. Find Tadasana through the whole body. And lift the left foot off the floor, just a little bit. Again, find length. Push the arms, push the hands on the floor. You can stay right here, or you stretch your right arm forward towards the top of the mat. Can you lengthen a little bit more from the right fingertips and from the left heel back to the wall behind you? Good. Once again, take Tadasana through the whole body. Pull the lower belly in. Push the floor away from you. Lengthen through both ends of the body. Stretch the right fingertips forward. Stretch your left heel back. One more breath here. And going back onto all fours. Child's pose. Let your hips drop back to the heels. And let the arms relax down. Good. On your next inhale, come forward onto all fours. And from there, move your hands, one hand praying forward towards the top of the mat. Index fingers point forward. The arms are straight. You tuck your toes on the floor. Send your hips back. Push the floor away from you and lift the hips back and up towards the ceiling. Downward facing dog. If you want to walk a little bit on the spot, that means bending one knee and stretching the other heel down to the floor. A few times, you can walk a little bit there. And then find your stillness again. Again, be honest with yourself. Focus more on the upper body than the legs. How much can you straighten the legs? Maybe you need to bend them even more. Relax the neck, look back to the feet. Take a moment there. Inhale, bring your right leg back and up to the ceiling. Remember your transitions. Exhale, step your right foot forward in between the hands. Low lunge. Let your hips go down. The right knee move forward. And then from here, bring your hands to your right thigh. We're going to bring a little bit more focus into this low lunge. So think from here. First, go into the deepest you can. So let the hips go down and forward. And let the hips kind of go down to the floor as low as they can. And then you're going to bring kind of a little bit more awareness into your lower belly. Can you seep the lower belly in a little bit more? So the tailbone lengthens down a little bit more, and it probably takes you out of the deepest you can go. So seep the lower belly in and the tailbone down a little bit. Can you, from that support on the lower back, send your hips forward again? Can you feel that stretch on the left hip, on the left psoas, on the left quad, all that left side? Once again, check that you're not just collapsing into the deepest, but you're finding that support through the lower belly and the tailbone and sending the hips forward again. One more breath here. Good. Half splits. Hands down to the floor. Send your hips back. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale as you fall forward towards your right leg. So this posture should start to feel a little bit more familiar to you. Half splits. Low lunge. Tadasana. Use your blocks if you need. Pull a right hip back, left hip forward as you fall towards your right leg and feel a nice stretch on your hamstrings. Good. Rebend on your front leg. Downward facing dog. With control, step your right foot back. Find your downward facing dog. Inhale, bring your left leg back and up towards the ceiling. Exhale, step your left foot forward in between the hands. Low lunge. Right knee goes down. Bring your hands to your left thigh. For a moment again, find the deepest you can go. Where can you go with the hips down and forward? And once you go to kind of that place where it feels, I can go here. See if you can bring the attention to the lower back. Seep the lower belly in and lengthen the tailbone a little bit. And once you find that support in the lower back, see if you can send your hips forward again. So it makes more of a stretch on your right hip flexor. Take a moment there. Again, lengthen the tailbone, seep the lower belly in, send your hips forward one more time. Good, hands to the floor, half split. Send your hips back, straighten your front leg. Inhale as you lengthen. Exhale as you fall towards the left leg. Use your blocks if you need. Check this side, maybe it feels more open, maybe not. Check with the hips. Also make sure the hips go somewhere on top of your right knee, so they're not very low towards the heel, but they're a little bit higher as you fall towards the left leg. Good, inhale, lift up halfway, hands on the floor, downward facing dog. Step that left foot back. And from downward facing dog, just lower your knees, coming to all fours. We're going to talk about Chaturanga today. So Chaturanga is the push-up part of our Vinyasa, of our sun salutation. It's the part where you move from downward facing dog into plank, forward onto the tippy toes, and you lower halfway down, okay? So when we talk about Chaturanga, it's kind of the same thing as plank. You want to think Tadasana, but you're going to lean a little bit more forward. So the shoulders go past the wrists, kind of going in line with the fingertips, and then you bend the arms. As you bend the arms, you can lower back to the heels if you need. As you bend the arms, you want to think that the external rotation of the arms is still happening. So as you're in plank, lean forward, you externally rotate the arms to keep the elbows close to the body, to keep the elbows to the sides of the body as you lower, okay? And we're gonna use blocks just to find that a little bit easier. Because when we lower down, we wanna lower kind of maximum to a 90-degree angle with the arms. So we don't want the elbows, we don't want the shoulders to lower past the elbows, okay? So we wanna keep that, the head of the shoulder blade a little bit higher as we lower down, just to protect, you know, the head of the humerus, all the rotator cuff just a little bit more intact and not to put so much pressure into the shoulder, okay? So the way we're gonna do it is from all fours, bring a block or your two blocks if you want in front of your fingertips, okay? So I'll show you first. So as we move forward into plank, we find plank. As we move forward into the fingertips and we lower the knees. As we move into Chaturanga, we don't want the shoulders to go lower. We don't want the shoulders to go lower than the block. So maximum there, even here is better, okay? So you have the block to stop you from going lower, and then from there, moving up into upward facing dog, okay? Let's try it. We will do it slowly, which is even more painful, but downward facing dog. There you go. Find your down dog. Good. From there, inhale, come forward into plank pose. Find your plank, okay? So think Tadasana. Push the flow away from you. Sip the lower belly in, breathe. Inhale, lean forward onto the tippy toes. Lower your knees if you need to. Extend and rotate the upper arms. Exhale, lower halfway down, Chaturanga. And push back onto all fours to begin with. Good. Let's try it again, just like that. From downward facing dog, you're gonna inhale, come forward into plank pose. Find it. Think Tadasana again. Push the flow away from you. Lean forward on the tippy toes, lower the knees, hug the elbows in, exhale, lower halfway down, Chaturanga, and push back up. Okay, let's try it. We will try without the block. If you want to try with the block, you can do it. I'll just move it out to the side. And we're gonna go Chaturanga, upward facing, back to downward facing dog, okay? So downward facing dog, inhale, move forward into plank pose. Think your Tadasana again, sip the lower belly in, push the flow away from you. Inhale, lean forward onto the tippy toes, lower the knees, exhale, lower halfway down, Chaturanga. Inhale, point the toes back, lift up, upward facing dog. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Good job. There you go, take a breath. Look forward towards your hands. Inhale, bend your knees, get high on your toes. Exhale, step forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. Bend the knees if you need. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, come all the way up. Arms over the head, reach up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Now, if you don't want to move into upward facing dog, you can move all the way down towards the floor after Chaturanga. And then Cobra pose. We will go for a few sun salutations, okay? Feet together on the top of the mat. Remember your Tadasana. Press the four corners of your feet on the floor. Sip the lower belly in. Send the front ribs back. Arms down by your side. Let's do it. Inhale, lift the arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, hinge from your hips as you fold forward. Inhale, lift up halfway and lengthen. Exhale, step back, plank pose. Find your plank, push the flow away from you. Good. Inhale, lean forward onto the tippy toes. Exhale, lower Chaturanga. Inhale, lift up. Upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Take one more breath here. Exhale. Inhale, look forward towards your hands, bend your knees, get high on your toes. Exhale, step or jump forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, come all the way up, arms over the head, reach up. Exhale, hands to your heart. One more time. Inhale, lift the arms up. Hinge from your hips. Exhale as you fall forward. Inhale, lift up halfway and lengthen. Exhale, step back, plank pose. Take a moment there. Find your plank. Tadasana through the body. Push the flow away from you. Inhale, lean forward onto the tippy toes. Lower your knees. Hug the elbows in. Exhale, lower halfway down. Chaturanga. Point the toes back. Inhale, lift up. Upward facing dog. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Good, we move into a little flow from here. Inhale, bring your right leg back and up towards the ceiling. Exhale, step your right foot forward in between the hands. Warrior two, left heel down on the floor. Inhale and open the arms out to the sides. Look forward towards your right fingertips. Stretch the arms forward and back. Take a moment here. Good. Inhale, bring your right palm up to the ceiling. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Stretch up, and then back to the wall behind you. Come back to warrior two. Pause. Side angle pose. Bring your right elbow towards your right knee. Palm facing up towards the ceiling with your right hand. And then move that left arm all the way forward towards the top of the mat. The palm is facing down towards the floor. So find this length. From your left fingertips all the way back towards your left heel. Open the chest. Take a moment here. Good. Then bring your hands down to the floor. Step back, downward facing dog. Left side. Inhale, bring your left leg back and up to the ceiling. Remember your options to step forward. Exhale, step your left foot forward to the top of the mat. Warrior two, drop that right heel down to the floor. Inhale, and open the arms out to the sides. Look forward to the left fingertips. Keep your left knee on top of your left toes. Inhale, bring your left palm up to the ceiling. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Stretch up. And then back to the wall behind you. Come back to warrior two. Pause. Side angle pose, left elbow to your left knee, left palm facing up towards the ceiling. The right arm moves forward towards the top of the mat, palm facing down to the floor. Find that length from the right fingertips to the right foot. Open the chest. Look whatever feels okay with your neck, down, out, or up. Good, bring your right hand down to the floor. Plank pose. Inhale, lean forward onto the tippy toes, knees down to the floor. Exhale, Chaturanga. Hug the elbows in. Inhale, lift up, upward facing dog. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. That's called a Vinyasa. When we move from one flow into this little sun salutation, it's called a Vinyasa. We will talk more about it next week. Look forward towards your hands. Inhale, bend your knees, get high on your toes. Exhale, step forward. Inhale, lift up halfway and lengthen. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, come all the way up. Arms over the head, reach up. Exhale, hands to your heart. And from here, we're just going to sit down on the floor. We're going to lay on our backs. Bridge pose. Bend your legs, place your feet on the floor, hip width distance apart with your feet. Knees up towards the ceiling, bring your arms to the sides of the body, palms facing down. Once again, lengthen the tailbone, so feel the lower back touching the floor. Press your feet on the floor. Inhale and lift the hips up towards the ceiling. How high can you go? Feel again your glutes lifting the hips. You're using the glutes somewhere there, 60% percent. You're not squeezing as hard as you can, but you definitely feel them working to lift the hips. Interlace your fingers, draw the shoulder blades in closer together, allowing the chest to move closer to the chin. Focus one spot up towards the ceiling. Breathe. And slowly let your hips touch the floor. Open your feet wider out. Touch it. Take a moment here. Do it one more time. Hip width distance apart with your feet, knees up towards the ceiling. Bring your hands in close to the body. Lengthen the tailbone, press the floor, and lift the hips up to the ceiling. Interlace your fingers, draw the shoulder blades closer together, and lift the hips up. Once again, as you press your feet on the floor, lift the hips, send the chest closer to the chin. Breathe. And slowly lower down. Keep your right foot there. Stretch your left leg down. Move your hips a little bit to the right. And bring your right leg towards the left side. Open the right arm out to the right spine twist. Look up or out to the right hand. Close your eyes if you want. Good, come back to center, stretch your right leg down, bend your left leg, left foot on the floor, move your hips a little bit to the left. As you move your left leg over to the right, open the left arm out to the left. And then Shavasana, bring your legs down and your arms down by your side. Close your eyes and take your time and feel happy because you finished your first week of this program. Great job, everyone. Stay there, take care of yourself, take your Shavasana for as long as your body needs it. And I'll see you next week for week number 2. Namaste.